May Day demonstrations are being held worldwide Friday, including right here in the state line. Ogle County residents hit the streets in Oregon as they rallied against big businesses. Dozens take part in that May Day protest, a day rooted in the fight for workers' rights. Miriam Niesmeyer hears from protesters and those pushing back on their message.
Dozens lined the streets in Oregon as protesters rallied on May Day strong for what they call workers over billionaires.
Just unbelievable what a billionaire has, and they're the last person on earth that needs a tax cut.
Organizers encouraged people to skip work, school, and shopping, saying it's a way to show how much people power the economy.
It's we the people that really run this country.
May Day protest focuses on economic justice, government policy, immigrant rights, and income inequality.
To have people that are just making money for themselves and not caring about this country, it's disgusting. This is not what a democracy is supposed to be.
The rising cost of living tied to the conflict in the Middle East is another key theme, saying it makes daily life harder when wages don't go up.
When you have to decide whether you're going to put gas in your car or go and buy groceries, it's getting tough.
May Day dates back to the late 1800s, known as International Workers' Day, and is rooted in labor movements advocating for fair wages and safer working conditions.
Today it's become, in 2026, a complete joke.
Ogle County Republicans Chairman Mike Coolidge did not agree with the message behind the protest.
Mostly paid protesters advocating for neo-Marxism, communism, higher taxes, and open borders. All things the public repeatedly rejects at the ballot box.
In Ogle County, Miriam Niesmeyer, WIFR News.
Ogle County Indivisible organizers say there'll be different community events to help people register to vote. Coolidge encourages community members to volunteer with the Ogle County Republican Party.